Hey guys, so today's shoulder workout. Love training shoulders, so I've chosen, like usual, 4 exercises for shoulder, to hit them with obviously an aim to get them to grow. Selected 4 exercises to hit the shoulders from every angle, in a sense. Obviously the shoulders have got 3 heads, in a sense. So the middle section, the front section, the posterior deltoids, and the anterior at the back. So it's quite important to get the kind of rounded look on your shoulders. Make sure that you obviously get a selection of exercises that will hit the shoulder from every angle, and like I said, hit the front, middle and back section. So to start with, I'm going to, like usual, do a couple of warm-up sets. Can't really emphasize how important to warm up really is. It's very important to get the blood into the shoulders and get the muscle warmed up properly before you go heavy, to avoid any injuries. So make sure you do a couple of sets of warm-up. So I'm going to just do some lateral raises to warm up the shoulders in them, and then I'm going to go on to behind the neck barbell press. So I'm just going to grab a couple of 2.5 kilos of dumbbell or barbell plates, and just do some lateral raises. Make sure that you do a good warm up on your shoulders. Just do 15 or 20 of those, because it's quite lightweight. It's okay to go on 15 or 20 per set. Rest for just a few seconds and then do another set to warm up. So it's quite important, like I said, to warm up. Never forget to warm up. Never go heavy straight, or go straight into any muscle group with heavy weights without warming up. It's really important to do that to avoid any injuries. So once you've done 1 or 2 warm-up sets, like so, and you feel like warmed up properly, if you want to do 3, fine. I do usually 1 or 2. If you feel like you want to do 3, fair enough. Go ahead and do 3 warm-up sets. Now, once you've done that, once you're warmed up, so today, like I said, I've selected basically 4 exercises for the shoulders. I'm going to start with barbell press behind the neck. I love doing that exercise. It gave me a really good results, and built most of my shoulder mass with this exercise. You could use it, obviously you could use a free barbell, you could use the assisted barbell. It's called a Smith machine. You could use the Smith machine for that with a bench. Position it correctly to work out your shoulders. You could do front shoulder press or behind the neck. I like behind the neck. I do sometimes the front one, but I prefer behind the neck. You have to do it controlled. Make sure that your back is straight, because you really don't want to injure your back. You don't want to strain your neck or your shoulders as well. So just do it controlled and not too heavy. Make sure if you go too heavy, if you go very heavy, make sure that you've got a spotter. So just go ahead and show you how that's done. So just grab the bar, again, shoulder width. I'm just going to sit on the bench and press it. So just like so. Just go behind the neck. Usually I'd rest, position myself correctly, make sure that your back is straight, and then you just press it. I like to do it, like I said, behind the neck. I really get excellent results with this exercise for overall shoulder development. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right, it's not very heavy weights. This is 15 kg, 15 kg, that's 30. The bar is about 10. So it's not a lot of weight, but it's a good weight to start with. Having trained for 2.5 months, so this is actually my first shoulder workout after 2.5 months, being in the lockdown, all the gyms are shut. So yeah, so that's the first exercise. Second one, we're gonna go with lateral raises. Lateral raises are just fantastic exercises for the midsection. It's just, I can't rate it high enough. So make sure that you incorporate this exercise in your regimen when you hit shoulders. So basically barbells again, and some people like to start from the sides, with the weights by your side. I like to do it with the weights at the front. Sometimes, I find it much easier for me to do it that way. And if you go a little bit heavy, it gives you a little bit of leverage when you start the range of movement. Some people would call that cheating, but it's just makes I find it much more comfortable for me. So basically, I go the front again. Make sure that your back is straight, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like I said, and always repeat, make sure that you only rest for 1 minute or 1.5 minutes between the sets, and make sure you do 4 sets. I mean, you could do 3 if you go a little bit heavy. I prefer 4. I find 4 gives me better results. So that's the second exercise. Remember, the first one we done behind the neck barbell press, lateral raises with dumbbells, 4 sets of those. Then you go into the next one. So we're going to go on the, try to hit the front posterior deltoids. So again with the dumbbells, and basically front raises. So again, make sure your back is straight, and 1, 2, 3, 4. It's better to alternate it. I find it's better. You can do both hands together if you want, but I find it better when I alternate it. Gives me much more focus on each shoulder. Right, so that's third exercise. Again, like I mentioned, 4 sets of those with 1 or 1.5 minutes between each set. So that's the third exercise. So we've done first barbell behind the neck press, lateral raises, and then front raises. All right, and the third one, we're gonna hit the back section of the shoulders, which is the anterior deltoid, and basically the exercise a little bit trickier to get right. It's not not massively complicated, but just make sure that you've got a correct position. So that exercise, it's better to actually show the angle from this, from the sideways rather than facing the camera. So just bend over, knee flex, back straight, and bring the weights as much as you can far back. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That's fourth exercise. Really good to hit your anterior deltoids. That's the fourth exercise. So really, if you do that correctly, if you do that within 45 minutes, an hour max, when you hit the gym, or if you're training at home, You shouldn't really take more than that. You shouldn't take an hour and a half to do 4 exercises, or 2 hours. You should be able to do that in 45 minutes or an hour max if you are resting just 1 minute or 1.5 minutes. So those are 4 exercises for the shoulders. Again, go as heavy as you can, heavy enough to challenge your shoulders, challenge your muscle generally, but not too heavy that you can't manage. If you're gonna go heavier than you think you can manage, make sure you got a spotter. And that's it really. 4 good exercises for muscle mass for the shoulders. And see you guys again for another muscle group. Stay hungry. Make sure after the workout you go take some supplements, take some protein shakes, and make sure you eat chicken breast, eggs, carbs, good clean carbs. Don't miss to have your meal after the workout. Is very, very important. See you guys again. Please like and share and subscribe. Stay hungry.